Running from the top. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday evening. Another edition of KFTV's postgame live presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use our code KFTV for instant deposit match of up to $100. The Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers in Game 3 of the Best of 7 series, man. Underhanded, undermanned, but they still gave it their all, man. Despite a Tyrese Halliburton outburst in the first half, these New York Knicks weathered the storm behind the cooking of the big ragu. Dante DiVincenzo would not let his Nova boys be denied, man. With a big game tonight, 35 points for DiVincenzo, 12 of 26 from downtown. But this game in the fourth quarter will become a game of inches. And in the end, it was an Andrew Nembhard prayer 3 that kept the Pacers from being on the brink of being swept out of the Eastern Conference semifinals, man. Knicks lose this one, man. 111 to 106. Pacers steal one in Game 3 in Indiana, man. Let's talk about it. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord, man. CP the Fanchise on the Solo Dolo. Tap in with your boys, man. Tap in, tap in. Salute, 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 man. Let me get the volume down. Let me get to it. Salute to everybody in the chat once again, man. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy, man. CP the Fanchise here. Solo. Man. Where do we begin with this one, man? Despite the loss, I could just come out and say I'm proud of this team, man. I'm just proud of this team in the way that they fight. You could go all the way back to Julius. No Mitch. OG gone. Boyan, Bodega gone. And these guys have yet to pack it in, have yet to mail it in. They continue to fight and put it all on the line. And tonight, you could see from the onset that our guy, Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, he just didn't have it. He didn't have to lift in his jumpers. Everything was looking awry. A lot of times when he's putting the ball on the floor to make his moves, to get into his bag, he would lose the ball. And so he didn't have it. But it was next man up. Steph told us on the last show, it's next man up. And so that was it tonight. That was it tonight. And that next man was Dante DiVincenzo. That next man was Josh Hart. Off the bench. Number 18. We'll talk about him later. They all gave it their all, man. I even thought Hartenstein went in. And it's just unfortunate that they came up short, man, because in the fourth quarter, things could have just went either way. There were so many calls, non-calls, that could have bounced in the direction of either team, man. And, like I said, it just came down to basically a Nembhard prayer 3 to end this one. What can you do, man? 111 to 106. Knicks lose this one. Had they gotten blown out, I would have been tight. But they were right in it. They weathered the storm, the Halliburton storm, should I say, because Pacers really had nothing else other than that. They really had nothing else. And yeah, that was it, man. The third quarter was great for the Knicks. They got it in. Slate was going crazy. Shout out to everybody that came through to the watch party. The watch party was on tilt. And then, got to the fourth quarter where you're trying to, survive those non-Brunson minutes and just get him back into a point where he can come in and take over. But he just wasn't right. He just wasn't right. And the Pacers were able to capitalize on that. Wasn't right. And they got basically one lucky shot, man. They got one lucky shot. That shot that Andrew Nebhard takes 9 times out of 10, he's missing all 9. He got a prayer at home. He got a hometown prayer. So that's it. 111, 106. I'm not mad at it. I'm very proud of this team and their effort. Josh Hart, my X Factor, continues to X Factor. Great job by him. 18 rebounds tonight for Josh Hart. 18 boards. I mean, come on, man. This team they gave us everything. But it just wasn't meant to be. And when I say game of inches, like, the Knicks, for example, game of inches. You have an out-of-bounds play in the fourth quarter where it's out off of Brunson, but Tibbs challenges it because we think it might have been Nebhard who touches the ball last. The referees review it. It ends up being out of bounds on the Knicks, and they lose their last challenge. And then, like 2 plays later, the Knicks could have won a potential challenge when Jalen Brunson draws a charge on Pascal Siakam, but they had no challenges left and only 1 timeout left, and so they had to let that go. Like, it was that type of situation there. Game of inches, man. On a night like tonight, the rebounding battle was very close, 42-41. I thought that was a big deal tonight. Pacers got 10 offensive rebounds. Knicks got 13. Knicks won the rebounding battle by 1, 42-41. But I thought, especially into the second half, the Pacers were able to get those second chance opportunities, and that's what helped them. And not even the second half, the entire game. It just felt like a lot of their second chance opportunities were very timely in this game. So, at home, give them credit. They gave their team, or a lot of the Pacers, that second effort, that extra effort. It allowed them to stay in this one, man. And that's just what it was. They got the Nebhard 3 that they needed, and they got it. So, it's just one of those nights, man. It's just one of those nights. But like I said, I give the Knicks a lot of credit. They could have caved when the Halliburton storm was coming through in the first half, but they didn't. They kept at it. Josh Hart was a warrior. Brunson, warrior. DiVincenzo, what a game. Great game by Dante. My guy, Big Money Burks, came up. It's big money time. It's playoff time. It's playoff time. Deuce stepped up. I thought Hartenstein gave it a go. And you see it this time of year, playoff time, and bodies are just hitting the floor. Brunson taking his time to get back to the other side of play. Hartenstein, and you had to hold your breath because you felt like Hartenstein might not have made it out of this one. Hart hitting the deck. Everybody hitting the deck. Halliburton, ankle, back, everything. DiVincenzo lands hard on his back. Like, this was a playoff basketball feel, man, where, you pass game 82, you're in extra innings here or extra quarters here, and these guys are just putting on a line, a physical, mental battle, an endurance test. I've been saying that for many years, man. Playoffs is an endurance test for both teams. And it was just one of those nights. Miles Turner found the bottom of the nets. He got the hometown, the home team type of, the home court, touch, if you will. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, the Knicks had a chance to win this one. They couldn't get it. Just one of those nights. I still like the Knicks in this one, 5 or 6. Should be able to wrap this up. I don't see this Pacers team as being much of a threat. But they got it based on the fact that you didn't have a great game by Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson is on his A game, if he's feeling great, if he's feeling good, this game's not even close. Not even close. So it happens, man. Call us up, 657-383-1460. 1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. We got 1,100 in the chat. $50 super chat has come in from Eric L. Beats. Shout out to Eric L. Beats. Had Slate rocking. If you guys were at Slate tonight, shout out to everybody that came through to Slate. We continue to level up with the watch parties. That's why we took so long to get here. It took a little while to get here. We didn't have coverage for postgame. So, I had to leave Slate and then get here. But trust me, Slate was a franchise, a KFTV, a Starberry production. And the people came out, man. The people came out. It was such a tremendous atmosphere. And, it's tough that it was ended in a loss, but we had the people at the edge of their seats, and it was rocking, man. Anybody that has footage, go ahead and throw that up on social media. I know a lot of people tag me on stuff. I got to catch up. I'll get to that in a little bit later, but definitely follow the KFTV Instagram because Slate was just an absolute movie tonight. And yeah, I'm just grateful for everybody that came through. Shout out to Steph for coming through, showed love, took pictures with like probably 100 people in there, and it was just that type of night, man. Unfortunately, it ended in a loss, but we were at the edge of our seats. Great job by the team in fighting till the end. Kevin Bean, $5 super chat says, oh wait, did I read Eric's $50 super chat? No. He says, shouts to everyone who was at Slate, New York for the watch party. Even though the Knicks lost a very close game, the atmosphere was full tilt. Shouts to CPJD, Starberry, and the KFTV members and the fans for showing out. Knicks were up by 9 in the fourth. Knicks in 5. Yeah, they were up by 9. They were up by 9, man. Just couldn't hold it. Just one of those things. And, crunch time, like outside of that Nebhard 3 in crunch time, I don't remember a single possession that the Pacers got where they scored a field goal where it was just like, yeah, great job. Like, neither team could put the ball in the basket. Just one of those things, man. That Nebhard 3 was it. And Brunson had his back buckets in the fourth, couple, but it just wasn't good enough. Man. So it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think, man. Let me load up the Discord, see who's on here. R on the Discord. Let me hang on. Let me get Raging Pianist. Pause. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling in from? Hello. Unmute your mic. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York. I just wanted to say I feel really good, man. Like,
yeah.
I do not feel bad about this loss at all. I mean, we could talk about all the refs. We could talk about, different calls, whatever that people can bring up. But the fact of the matter is, like you said, it came down to one shot. It just came down to executions. Got to hit those free throws at the end. You got to make those rebounds and just distribute the ball. But given we had Brunson playing the way that he's playing hurt, giving him his all.
Yeah.
I feel really good about. I still feel we could take this in 5, man. I have one question for you though.
Sure.
I understand the reasoning behind it, but why did he why go small and take Achua out at the end there? Because I feel like all those rebounds at the end did kind of play a part. They had like 3 or 4 in a row there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick your battles if you're Tibbs, right? Like, yes, the rebounding did hurt, but you were looking for offense as well. And especially when JB's not 100. Like, if Brunson was like 100%, then you could go to Precious and say, okay, get these rebounds because JB's ready to cook at any minute. But I felt like Brunson was, as much of a decoy as he was just playing out there. And so you needed, outside of Ragu, you needed another guy who can get you an outside shot. And so he went with Burks, and then he went with McBride, and Precious didn't see that at the end. So it's kind of tough. It's a pick your poison type of thing, or you're taking a gamble either way. So you got to make a decision and you got to live with it. You can't just go one decision and make a next one. You got to go with what your gut tells you. And tonight, like I said, it was just that Nebhart prayer 3 that didn't work. That worked for them and didn't work for the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it came down to so many little moments where we had the game. Like I'm thinking like those tip balls where Burks almost saved it on the sideline and we would have retained
Right.
possession there on the offensive rebound. Like so many situations like that right down the stretch where if it just turns here or there, we win this game. That's why I'm not even phased at all. I feel like we're gonna learn from our mistakes, take it to the next game, take it to the next game. I still feel we can win this in time, man. I'm confident about that.
Listen, man, I've been telling you. I told you guys from game 1. This Indiana team, listen, out of respect for them, yes, it's an NBA team and all of that, they can't see the Knicks at full strength, man. Even I'm talking when I say the Knicks at full strength, I'm talking about the Knicks when they came into this series. Like they're not a better team than this Knicks team coming into this series. Now, the OG injury has changed things. Brunson injury has changed things. And you see that even with all of that, they could have still won this game and won it easily.
Yep.
They just couldn't get there, man. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm like you. I'm feeling good. I'm not down at all. I know it's a loss. I mean, I should be feeling, I guess, more down than I am, but I took more positives than negatives. I mean, we were a 7.5-point underdog in this game. Let's not forget that.
Crazy,
You know,
yeah.
like
Yeah, I did. Shout out to my guys at Sports Grid. I did their show today, and I said the final score was going to be. I think I said 110 or 104, something like that. I had the
yeah, and I
Knicks
mean,
winning
realistically, it was like a 3-point game too, because down
Yeah.
the stretch is just the fouls, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Listen, this Pacers team does not concern me in one bit. What concerns me is the Knicks' durability and their endurance. Can they make it? They are dragging to the finish line. And so, shout out to the Big Rat Go, man. What about the Big Rat Go tonight?
oh
The
my
Big
goodness,
Rat Go was torching the Nets. Oh, my
he was
God, bro. Ragu was on Steph Curry time tonight. Don't tell me otherwise. We watched.
yeah.
Right or
We
wrong,
needed
bro.
that. That's coming into next game. They got to give him some respect. Next game, they got to show him some respect.
Bro, Ragu was on Curry time tonight. Wow, man.
And they played. I mean, I gotta say though, shout out to them too, because I mean they were playing us very physical today, and I didn't expect them to play that physical because the Knicks are a physical team. And they came physical, but obviously we matched them pound for pound because that's just how we play.
Well, I did expect them to play physical. You know, I've gone on these shows and said Game 3, in my opinion, just on watching the playoffs for as many years as I've been watching it, Game 3 for the team that's up is always the toughest. It's always the toughest. You're going to get that home, especially when you're the home team first, and then, you know, you become the road team, you're going to get their best shot. And now they're down 2-0. You're going to get their best shot, man. So they had the home team. They had the crowd behind them. Halliburton was going crazy. And yet and still, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Because, number one, how about Burkside, man? You didn't talk about my guy Burks. My guy Burks went in tonight, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burks had that spark. I saw him come in. I just had a feel it, too. And you know what it's going to be?
Yeah.
People are saying, oh, Burks isn't going to be on fire again. He's not going to have a game like that. You know who we didn't need to go get hot today is McBride. And I have a feeling that if Burks doesn't have a game, McBride will have a game next game.
Yeah.
Because he still hasn't had his big game this series, and it's going to come. Better believe it's going to come.
Yeah. It's been a struggle. But, you know, McBride, I like McBride's minutes tonight. I did like McBride's minutes tonight. Yeah. You know,
but I feel like he can have a 20+ coming.
10 points.
It's in him.
3 of 8 for McBride tonight. A plus 11 on the court. I did like McBride's minutes tonight. So, you know, it's just one of those nights, man. It is what it is. You give Nebhard the the lucky 3 that he hit. He earned it. He got it, and that's it, man. Brunson, the last play with Brunson. Could you have called a foul on that? Absolutely. They just didn't. Whatever. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like you're saying, it came down to that one shot.
Yeah.
That's it. That 1-3 then. And that, I mean, changes everything. Nothing you could do. It happened to us in the last series,
Yeah.
right? It's tracking just like the last series did.
Yeah.
So let's just do it. Go back and this time win it in 5.
Win it in
Yeah.
5, man. Win it in 5. And we'll see
Let's
what they.
let's give the Garden that home clincher. That's what I
Yeah.
want to see.
Well, let's see what
Oh,
they have
that'll
come
be great.
Sunday. Let's see what they have come Sunday at 3:30, man. And appreciate the call. Let's see what they have on Sunday at 3:30. Cause damn, when I look at these guys and they bodies are dropping on the floor. Brunson, no lift in his legs. He's laboring out there. It's tough. It's tough. Super proud of these guys for their effort. Still, man. The goaltending call. Again, game of inches. The goaltending call in Ragu. We didn't need that. We didn't need it. It happened. The Hart going coast to, and every time Josh Hart got the ball off a rebound, he was out of there. Loved the approach, attacking in transition. Josh Hart knew what time it was. He knew what he needed to do to get the team to win. Miles Turner made a better play. Because like when he's going in transition, if you see Turner trailing, and I'm like, this is gonna get punched. But at the same time, it's like it's 1-on-2. Nobody else is in the picture. It's Josh Hart in transition. You got to take it. You got to go for it. You got to go for the lay-in. Turner made the better play. Josh Hart made the right play. Turner made the better play. Game of inches. Game of inches, man. So, just one of those situations. Y'all saying it was a goaltending? Look, I thought it was a 50-50 call. I thought it was 50-50. It was a bang-bang play. Could have been, maybe it could have been a goaltend, maybe. I don't think it was a definite. The Ragu one was a goaltend, for sure. Call us up, man, 657-383-1509, or hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. Guga Too Lovely. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Fanchise channel member. Guga Too Lovely. Let's go.
First of all, it's my first time calling in.
Yeah.
But
where are you calling in from, mate?
I'm sorry?
Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from New York.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, so been a diehard fan since I was about 5 years old. But I just wanted to say, obviously a loss is a loss, but I've never felt more unaffected, or if that's even the right word, after a Knicks loss. Just because you take all of the things into account, and obviously I have my biases. I'm a diehard fan. I believe in my team no matter what. But when you ask the average person, and when you look at what we had on paper, we had no damn business making this game as close as it was, considering that they are basically half our rotation is out. Tibbs runs a 9-man rotation. We got 4 men down, and we don't know when the 4th is going to come back. And I think adjustments will be made. I knew Indiana was going to get the whistle. Same thing in the Philly series, They complained after game 2, went back to Philly, they got the whistle. Tonight, they were definitely getting the whistle more, but I'm not going to blame that. We still could have won this game. They just wanted it more than us, and they beat us at our own game with those offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And, it obviously sucked watching that because, that's supposed to be us. And that's been us all year.
Yeah.
But they gave us a taste of our own medicine. I'm not concerned about it.
Yeah.
And, obviously Brunson didn't play his best, but, I applaud Indiana for throwing something different at him. But I think next game adjustments will be made by Tibbs, by Brunson mentally. And, I'm not worried about it one bit.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people talking about the Ragu goaltending. Look, it was good effort, but wasn't smart. The ball was coming down. It had no chance of going in. You got to call that. Unfortunately, you got to call it. So, It's just one of those nights, man. My phone is going crazy. All right, give me a sec here. Phone's going crazy. Yeah, it was just one of those nights, man. You know?
Lose any sleep over it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, man. Appreciate the call, man. Call back anytime, bro.
Of course, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, man. CP the Fanchise here on the solo. Knicks lose game 3, 111-106 to the Pacers, man. What you guys think, man? Call us up, 657-383-1509, or hit us up on the KFTV Discord. All right, I'm going to get to some more in a little bit. Josue Q. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
What's up, CP? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good. Honestly, looking at this game, for me, I think this is a big W for the Knicks. Honestly,
W.
I
How?
think it's a W because I think we just unlocked the key to go into the finals. I think Tibbs learned today that he could trust his bench. We can give it Alec Burks and Preston Achua. We can give him more minutes. I think that they did pretty good today, and I think going forward when OG comes back and we could get more minutes to Precious and to Alec Burks, I think that's going to play a big role for everybody to stay healthy and get and contribute to the game. Honestly, so I think there's a W for the Knicks. Nothing to worry about. And I have a question for you.
Yep.
What do you think? Why do you think mainstream media is just hating on the Knicks? Like everywhere I turn, you see Paul Pierce, you hear even Stephen A. Smith talking about how, like the Pacers this, the Pacers that, the Knicks don't have enough. Like, when are people going to understand that this team is built different? Well, I want your opinion on that.
Well, I mean, it's because it's popular. That's why. Because it's a popular thing to do. Because they know that, Knicks fans will get irate and incensed over these comments that these guys make, these lazy takes. And Draymond Green's going to be coming to KFTV. We are scheduling a meeting, if you will, with Draymond Green and his camp. So, yes, Draymond Green will be presented to the congregation because we gotta talk to him about some of his lazy takes about this team. But listen, they all like to pile on because it's popular. A lot of the takes are lazy. They lack thought, and it is what it is. And, they just continue to prove the point of why KFTV is the number one show for the fans by the fans. It's the number one platform for Knicks fans to come to for honest dialogue about the team. Now, I don't know if they'll get that from your takes. So you're talking about, Tibbs unlocked the formula for the finals. I wouldn't go that far. But I would say that, again, I'm just proud of this team's effort, proud of the fight that they gave tonight because against all odds, with everybody down in a hostile situation, they were there, man. The Nova Knicks continue to lead. And even Brunson hobbled on one leg. He's still there, He's still there. So, all the mainstream media takes and stuff, like, I guess it doesn't affect me that much because I don't really watch TV like that. Like the TV that I do watch, I watch more movies and shows. I don't need to watch First Take for the takes on the Knicks. I got my own takes. We have our own takes here on the Knicks. I'd rather listen to JD talk about the Knicks or Alex talk about the Knicks or Stephon Marbury talk about the Knicks. I don't need to hear what Stephen A. says about the Knicks. I don't care, to be honest. I respect them for their craft. But when it comes to Knick takes, we have the best platform out. So I don't need to go to these guys. I don't care what they have to say, honestly. That's just point blank, period. I really don't. Walter Inch, $5 super chat. CP, we may have lost, but the way the Pacers played, we got it. Yeah, I think we'll be fine, man. We will be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. So, just gotta pick it up. Just gotta pick it up.
On his live right now with your hat.
There we go. Starberry. We were trying to get Starberry connected on the show. show tonight. He's on IG Live. Yeah, he's in there. So we were trying to get Starberry connected tonight on the post game. He couldn't connect to the Zoom for some reason, but he is on IG Live. And salute to Starberry for coming through, man. He is officially part of the KFTV family, and that was it was great to see, and it was a great event, man. It was a great event, man. So salute to Starberry, man. So, yeah, salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to all my Fanchise channel members. If you were at Slate tonight, throw some comments in the chat and let them know that Slate was absolutely bananas tonight. We had it rocking in there. Eric L. Beats had it rocking in there. The Fanchise had it rocking in there. Starberry had it rocking in there. Slate was upside down tonight, man. What a night. What a night, man. That last Brunson 3 before things kind of got chaotic in crunch time, unbelievable, man. Unreal. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. Aldi says Starberry stayed through to the end of the last postgame too. Yeah. Yo, Starberry is KFTV, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D in here. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, man. Average Joseph's only downer about tonight is feeling like an amazing Dante shooting night was wasted. It happens, you know? It happens. Ragu was unconscious. I do feel that, though. I do say it happens, but Ragu was unconscious tonight. 35. Let me go back to the numbers, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let me go back to the numbers, man. Ragu had, let me go back to it. 35 for Ragu, 12 of 26, 7-11 from downtown. Ragu was absolutely unconscious tonight, family. Unconscious, bro. Wow. You know, unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate, but it just is what it is. The one thing, though, is like, yo, the reason why this, like, I'm okay and, like, the Ragu, so the Pacers don't play defense, guys. They don't play defense. They're not tough, and they can't just make that up from somewhere. They are who we thought they were. They don't play defense. This is why I'm not worried. The Knicks could have 5 guys active, and they'd still have enough to beat the Pacers. That's why coming in after game 1, I said this Knicks team should be able to wrap these guys up in 4 or 5 games. They don't play defense. They're not tough. They don't play physical. I don't care that they beat a Milwaukee Bucks team without Giannis and without Dame. Where's the honor in that? What's so impressive about that? Nothing. They beat a Bucks team that was reeling all year, trying to find their identity, trying to figure themselves out. Then they lose Giannis and they lose Dame. Who cares? Mike Lopez, he's reading YouTube chat, but not Discord. Discord's a 24/7 chat. I'm not in the Discord reading chats. No, shout out to the Discord. Of course, shout out to the Discord, everybody in there. But the Discord has a life of its own. No, I'm not reading Discord chats. I gotta read YouTube, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans. HB Cuzco, go ahead and then unmute your mic. I think it is already. HP.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. I was unmuted?
No, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, HB Cusco.
Yeah.
Hey, look. That boy, that man White Dante was supposed to win that game for us tonight.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know, like JB, we know JB not 100%. I think later on down the game, he needs to like come off the ball more. I said that the other day, but we know they don't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think could have easily had maybe like 10 assists because we run this like action with him and stuff. And it's like, why not just attack them off the action instead of just having them just be set, just watching, waiting for JB to make these moves where he's not like who
Yeah.
he was a couple games ago. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I
That's fair.
I and I don't. I mean, I understand people are being optimistic, but this is the playoffs, and this
Yeah.
is serious.
Yeah.
I think we had an opportunity to go up 3-0
We did.
and possibly sweep. This is really serious. Like, they didn't score as much as they usually do.
Yeah.
So even though we're saying, we're gonna score, but like we don't have all of our scores. You know, we played Alec Burks tonight. That was a plus.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That's exactly what we needed.
Yeah, he
We
was
had
big
everything
money
we needed
tonight.
to take this game.
He was big money tonight.
Yeah, that boy was it.
Yeah.
You know, like Deuce was good, but man, I'm like, we got to win the next game. This is the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, we let that one slip. I feel like we let that one slip. But and really, what it is, what worrying me the most is that like I never seen us look so fatigued at the end of a game and give up those rebounds like that. Like, and compile that with like the mental mistakes, like goaltending with Dante, and like those things are things you do when you're tired.
Yeah, mental fatigue.
And
it's real.
So, and them boys, Indiana, they got bodies. At the end of the day, they got bodies. They're gonna run.
I ain't worried about them, man. I'm really not worried. How long they gonna run for? The entire game? I already do that at the eventually it was gonna run out. You know,
yeah, that's what we're banking on.
You know, they got bodies, but I mean, here it is. I'm about to show you something right now. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Sure. Yes, they have a lot of people. You know, they have guys they like to run and gun, but like that's not going to last for an entire game. And here it is, footage. Here we go. Tyrese Halliburton, my man is holding on for dear life out there. He can barely move between the ankle and the back.
I can't see her now. He's looking winded.
Yeah, I'm showing footage of him leaving the post-game press conference. He's looking like he's 85 right now. This is playoff basketball.
That's real.
You
Hey,
know?
look, that's real. I'm just worried for my what I see from my team.
Yeah. All right.
But look, I'm still Knicks in 5 and 6.
Well,
but
I hope so,
take this
man.
seriously. You know what I'm saying? Get those rotations together. Jericho Sims shouldn't touch the court anymore. I think we're good on that, and just play more precious.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. When Draymond comes on, we come ether. I mean, he's way out of line.
Oh yeah, listen. I mean, that's easy money. You know what I'm saying? I already put Max Kellerman into retirement. Draymond Green, that's nothing. That's light work, man. That's light work, man.
Please. Appreciate it. Hey, we up, yo.
Yeah.
Knicks, keep fighting, yo.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that Draymond stuff, that's nothing, man. That's light work, man. We can wrap that up in 3. You know what I'm saying? So to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys, man. CP the Fanchise on the solo dolo here. Make sure that you guys are hitting the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button. Share these videos, man. Share it. And once again, I want to shout out to one of our sponsors of the day, and that is Manscaped. Hey, are you guys getting your beach bods ready, man? Are you ready to soak up those summer vibes and unveil your ultimate beach bod? Well, you're in luck because our friends at Manscaped have you covered from head to toe. With the Performance Package 5.0, fellas, this is the ultimate all-in-one grooming kit. It's set to have you looking and feeling your best this summer. Summer's coming up. It's May 11th. It's coming up. So trust Manscaped and unlock the confidence you need to turn heads. Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping. All you got to do is use our code KFTV and you got it. 20% off plus free shipping. It's one of the best deals out there. And one of the things that I love about Manscaped is, number one, they have a ton of products for today's man. You guys know that I rock with the Lawnmower 5.0. No testimonials. Just go ahead and get it. Shout out to Cody Glock. But they have a number of other products for today's man. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, lotion, deodorant, ball deodorant, foot deodorant. Everything from head to toe. So, fellas, legitimately in 2024, there's no reason for you to be out there lacking and smelling bad and looking bad and not taking care of your hygiene because Manscaped has everything for you. So, use our code KFTV. Get 20% off plus free shipping. They will take care of you. Trust me on this one. I use these products, and, hey, I'm good to go, man. So, make sure you guys tap in as well. Okay, let's see who else we got here. Let's get to the phones. We got a ton of people on the phones. Let's get to it, man. 917-330. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Tucson from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Tucson from Brooklyn.
How are
I'm back
you, fam?
2 games in a row, man. I'm good. How you doing, CP?
Good, man. How you feel, man?
All righty. I'm good.
Wait,
Thanks
you
for
in
asking.
Brooklyn? You in Brooklyn? Did you come to Slate tonight?
I didn't. I was at work, man. I was at work tonight. I was catching the game from work, man. You know, I almost went crazy in the office. I had to quiet it down, man. You know how that goes.
Okay, all right. I got
yeah,
you,
I'm sorry, man. You know, I'm gonna pull up, man. I ain't gonna do you like that,
Bro,
man.
Slate,
On one of these off days, man.
Slate was rocking, my dude.
That's what I'm hearing, and I know it was a new venue. I was at the 40-40. I haven't linked you guys in a minute, but I was at the 40-40 last season for the
so
opener,
you already know,
bro.
yeah.
For the season opener against Memphis.
It was on that 40-40 type of time, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I ain't going to hold you too long. I just wanted to call in real quick. I ain't going to sit here and only call in on the wins. I'm going to call in on the loss, too.
Yeah.
I want to show love to, well, let me not say show love, but respect to, you know, Nimhard. Halliburton had a good game.
Yeah.
And, you know, Neesmith playing good defense on Jalen Brunson. But outside of that, man, this is 3-0, man. I know we lost tonight, but it's giving me vibes actually a little bit worse than the Philly game, Game 5, when they stole that from us 28 seconds left, because I feel like this was a game that, and I know we don't want to talk about the referees, man, but there's so many different calls in this game. I know we're saying that they could have went either way, but after Rick Carlisle sending them complaints in, I'm definitely seeing that Deuce McBride blocking foul on T.J. McConnell. Like, what was that? Even Doris Burke, who wasn't really, you know, the greatest play-by-play announcer tonight, like, even she recognized that was clearly a play on. But even outside of that, like, there were so many plays tonight, not to whine about the referees, that clearly they definitely didn't want the Knicks to go up 3-0 tonight. And I feel like outside of the missed free throws, which I understand we got to make, they did everything they needed to do to win this game, even with Brunson hobbled. Like, DiVincenzo, first of all, DiVincenzo, to me, this looked like a game where, you know, moving forward, when we talk about having a foundation to be able to compete, DiVincenzo was looking like one of them pieces, especially as a shooter in the playoffs, where at first I didn't know if he was going to be able to really show up. But, man, that he's looking like, I don't want to prematurely bring up Ray Allen. Yeah, I don't want to bring up Ray Allen too prematurely, but a player like that, DiVincenzo, especially with his ability to put the ball on the floor, man, he came up big tonight with Brunson hobbled, no OG Anunoby. Like,
DiVincenzo was out of control, bro. Oh, my Lord.
Out of control, bro.
Oh, my Lord. DiVincenzo
in a playoff game,
in
and we needed
playoff was unconscious tonight. Yo, Slate was upside
gave
down.
It up.
What DiVincenzo was, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, somebody said it in the chat, was like, damn, you know, you almost wasted a night like that. I hate to see it like that, but I do understand it, because to expect him to do the same thing on Sunday, not likely.
Right.
But hopefully.
He's done it, though.
He has. He has done it. But on a night where you could see Brunson clearly hobbled and you don't know what you can get from him on Sunday.
Right.
That's tough.
Right.
That is tough.
Right.
It is. I'm not going to lie to you. That's tough, man, to have that type of performance and have them lose. DiVincenzo was lights out tonight. Lights out, bro.
And his defense, too.
Yes.
His defense, too. The block he caught. The transition. Come on now. He got fouled on transition.
Short arms, wingspan and all, had 2 assists, a steal, and a block in the game. He was great tonight, man.
It's that bounce.
Yeah.
That bounce, man. That bounce. He's bouncy, bro.
Yeah, man. All right, man.
He's bouncy. But, yo, CP, thank you. Thank you for taking the call, man. Let's go, Knicks. Let's see what we can do on Sunday. Let's care of
Let's
this.
see. And call back anytime, man. Call back anytime.
Absolutely.
All right, salutes everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy, CP the Fanchise here on the Solo Dolo KFTV postgame live, presented by Underdog Fantasy, man. Go to underdogfantasy.com. Use our code KFTV for a bonus match of up to, not $100, but $250. They upped the ante. Shout out to our guys at Underdog Fantasy, man. $250 in bonus cash for you guys at home, man. Plus a promo pick. So Underdog is up in the ante for you guys. Make sure that you guys are supporting our sponsors. $50 super chat has just come in from the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. He says the Pacers are scarecrows in Oz, 3 All-Stars, and still they have no brain. A heave desperado Hail Mary saved them. Facts, Chuck. We had them scrambling for their lives. I will go down on the Brunson boat no matter what. We stay close, betting on JB, Ragu, and Josh. Yeah, man. You know, even though Brunson didn't have it for 3 quarters, all I wanted this team to do was keep it close. And they did. Keep it close for Brunson to close in the 4th, and they were right there. Right there. Brunson, even in the 4th, even hobbled. He had his moments. He knocked down a big 3. Had a couple of clutch ones in crunch time. It just they were there. They just didn't get it. But the game plan worked. He didn't have to exert so much energy because Ragu was carrying him. And Burks. And the supporting cast. Like, those guys had it. So he didn't have to do everything. It was important. They were right there, man. Right there, bro. They were up 9. So, it just happens, man. It's playoff basketball, you know? It's playoff basketball. All right, let's go through the phones, man. We'll go through it. 646, what's your name? Where are you calling in from? 646.
Dude, this is Zach from the west side of L.A. with the 4-year-old and 6-year-old.
Yes, sir. All right. Salute.
How you doing, my man? So,
Good,
I mean, yeah, it was just a hard loss, disappointed. But, I mean, got to keep your chin up. They played really, really hard. And, honestly, it's just the 3rd game.
Yeah.
And they're going to come back game 5 and, game 4, and, put it on them.
Okay. Well, let's do it, man. Appreciate it, man.
That's it.
Appreciate
Have a good night, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to the family, man. Salute to the family, man. 917, what's your name? Where are you calling in from? 917-639. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Ty from Brooklyn.
Ty, what's good?
I'm good, baby. Back on the second night with you. I got to say this the right way.
Yeah.
KFTV is the #1 show for the fans, and I got to basically put that out there first and foremost.
Yeah.
The next thing I got to put out there, CP, is the bad, and then I'm going to go to the good. The bad, we just got to basically stop making these careless turnovers in the 4th, and we got to hit our free throws. But I'm going to go somewhere on a 6-man note, and this is my man. I got to give praises to Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
He basically made me happy by putting those other guys in and basically showed me that he could adjust on the fly, and I thought he coached his ass off.
He had no choice. We had nobody else. He had no choice. He had to pop the trunk. He had to pop the trunk, say, Burks, what do you got for us tonight? And my guy, Big Money AB, said, yo, listen, I ain't playing about a month, 2 months. I'm the freshest guy you got. Go out there and let it fly. My guy, Big Money. But the thing about Big Money is this. I'll tell you what. Since y'all asked, the thing about Big Money is this. He played within the flow of the offense. That is what we need. That is what we need. The guy that was yucking it up at the trade deadline, we don't need that. We needed this guy. Play within the flow. He was passing. He was like, yo, I'm going to let y'all do y'all thing. And when y'all need me to pop off, I'm popping off. That's what Big Money did tonight.
But as much as I give Burks his props, I still give Tibbs his props because he did the right thing.
Yeah.
And he coached his butt off. And I give him his flowers because whereas I wanted Mark Jackson and Van Gundy, Tibbs won me over. He's the man. And I'm rocking with him going forward.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate the call, man.
Blessed with you, CB. Good night.
Call back anytime, man. Thanks for calling, man.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I had everybody at Slate rolling, man, when Big Buddy was going in, you know. I forgot who called me. I was talking to somebody like 2 days ago. I said, don't let my guy Big Money get 15 tonight in a win because he would never hear the end of it. Yeah, lucky we lost tonight. because this would have been the big money show. But he had 14, 4 or 6 shooting from the field, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds. I thought his defense was good tonight, right? You didn't see nobody taking advantage of him on the defensive end. Big Money's defense is fine. And he played within the flow of the offense. Got some and ones in there, huh? Fresh. Maybe he was dealing with a little nagging injury or something from Detroit. Maybe that was the issue all this time. We didn't get to the bottom of it. CAA Mafia didn't want to fill me in on what was going on. I had to be on the front line taking the bullets. Unfortunate that they took a loss tonight. But, yeah, good job by him. I mean, give Kid Tibbs credit, but also he really had no choice. Where are you going to go to? Diakate? You going to go to Daquan Jeffries? Shake Milton? Or where are you going off the bench? A lot of y'all wanted Shake Milton, huh? Nah, not tonight. See you in preseason next year, Shake Milton. It's big money time. It's playoffs. What are we talking about? Shake Milton. What are we talking about? It's big money time. And he delivered. They just didn't get the job done. It is what it is. Put the stat graphic up if you guys missed it. 14 points, 4 boards, 4 or 6 from the field, 2 or 4 from downtown. A pro's pro. They just didn't get the job done tonight, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Michael Lopez, cut it out, dog. Did you watch the game or did you not watch the game, bro? You going to watch the game and still be hating on the contribution? Come on, man. You cut it out. 917, what's your name? Where you calling it from? 917. All right. We lost that guy. Okay, we'll drop him off. 815, what's your name? Where you calling it from?
Yeah, this is Baker from Illinois. How are you doing, TC?
Baker, how you feeling, man?
You know what? First off, first time, long time. Appreciate everything you do.
Salute, man. Appreciate your support.
One thing I'll say is, one of the callers mentioned it a little bit ago when talked about unlocking something to maybe get us to the finals, kind of playing some of the bench guys. I don't know if I'd say that unlocks it to get us to the finals, but I think that did unlock something as there's a little bit of trust there, especially for some of the guys who are playing heavy minutes. Maybe they see, hey, these guys can come in and step up. Seeing what Burks did, I really like that. The one thing I think I was a little bit concerned about was, as you said earlier, game of inches. Didn't love the calls sometimes. It felt like it was a little bit more one-sided their way, but on the road, that's what you're going to get. But
yeah.
I didn't love our last possession, the one when we were down 3, where Brunson kind of got that little – he tried to draw the foul.
The heave,
I would have liked him to maybe toss it off.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't like it either. I didn't like it. He was trying to bait for the foul. It was also early. I think we could have still went for a 2 and fouled there. Not sure we necessarily needed the desperation 3. But, hey, can't take it back now. I didn't like it either. I'm with you.
Yeah, well, it looked like to me it looked like they kind of collapsed on him right on the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. Had to be maybe 1 or 2 passes away from an open 3.
Yeah.
And I would have liked that a little bit more.
He,
but
he did get hacked on the arm, but the shot came a little bit delayed. He did get hit, but the shot came a little bit delayed. The refs didn't call it. You know the refs didn't want to call it.
He did, but I think the refs were probably going to be a little bit leery of giving us that call.
Yeah.
But to me, it was like, it's hard to sit here and say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to trust Jalen Brunson because what's he done to get us here? But anyway, that was just kind of my thoughts. I'm going to let you keep rolling. Thank you for everything you do, though. You do an awesome job.
No problem, man.
And keep it up.
Call back anytime, man. Call back anytime. Jeff, I see you on the Discord. We're going to have you close. And you know what was so funny? The replay that Carlisle – the play that Carlisle challenged where Nesmith, I always cross up Nesmith in that part. When they call the foul on Nesmith on Brunson late in the 4th, and the contact came earlier, but the referees called the foul a second later. that is where, and I forgot who brought this point up. That is where the replay system kind of is flawed in a way that I felt like that referee, you've seen this all the time in the league, man, where they'll let a play go and it's getting chippy, and then they'll call the foul. But when they replay it, they're going to look at the
90 seconds.
They're going to look at the point at which they call the foul and see that the contact was minimal at that point. But the contact from Nebhard came from Neesmith came before that, when it really was a foul. So how do you then replay it and say, oh, well, that's not a foul? Like, that is where the replay system is flawed. You guys get what I'm saying? It's super flawed.
60 seconds.
I don't know. My phones are going crazy. Don't worry. People on the phones, we're going to get to those final three on the phones. No worries. That is where the replay system is incredibly flawed. It's wild, man. Because, Neesmith hacked them. It should have been called before. But the Carlisle challenged it at the point where there really wasn't contact. I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that. Like, how do you maneuver in that scenario? He hacks him 2 seconds before they call the foul, but then they challenged that part that really wasn't a foul. It's weird. It's weird. It's almost like, you know, when the referees call a late whistle and they call it only if the offensive player misses that lay-in or misses that shot, where they're getting hacked on the way to the basket. If they would have made the basket, they might not have called it. But because they missed the basket, then they call it. We've seen that so many times. You watch the game, you've seen it so many times. It was weird, man. Game of inches that you have to deal with. Two Lifted says, yeah, that made no sense. I want to see the report. Yeah. It was a weird call, man. 774, what's your name? Where are you calling it from?
Yeah, how you doing, Andre? I'm calling from Massachusetts. Listen, I got to say, Knicks made a statement in this game.
Okay.
This game should not have been close.
No.
And they had the Indiana Pacers on the ropes. Now, look, down the stretch, going in this game, I knew the Knicks weren't going to get the calls just because of the narrative that was perpetrated wrongly, but it was still perpetrated by Rick Carlisle in terms of, listen, the illegal screen in game one, I'm a referee, by the way, didn't agree with that. So, okay, game one, we could have let that illegal screen go and just let that play develop. Inadvertent whistle in game two, that's unfortunate, but that was the right call. Hartenstein didn't double dribble. But from Rick Carlisle's standpoint, you know, you see those two things together. He goes apoplectic, gets ejected, storms out. So my feeling was Pacers were going to come into this game with a lot of energy and get out to a big lead, and the Knicks would have to come back. None of that happened today. So it was a loss, but the Pacers really did everything that they could. This was a tie game when Jalen Brunson hits that three, the matching threes going down the stretch, and they just kind of eked out. If the guy doesn't hit a three from the from the dotted line, the Knicks could have stole this game. My overarching point: there's no way this team should have been in this game, in my opinion, with missing the last OG.
Yeah.
So it's very heartening from the Knicks standpoint. I just and here's my summary point: the Pacers. They scared their way. They lucked their way into this game, into this win. And Halliburton didn't look good in the press conference. You know, I hope he's healthy, but it looked like his back. It didn't look like his back clearly tightened up. So we don't know if he's going to be healthy. But what the Knicks are getting with La Cosa Nova, Brunson, Hart, and DiVincenzo, their consistency and just inability, like they don't scare. And that's my point. The Pacers scared tonight. They were missing easy shots. They basically did everything they could. If the last OG was there, this would be a 3-0 series. The Knicks would be looking at a sweep. So credit to the Knicks, and I think that they and Precious coming off the Precious getting those offensive rebounds, giving them major minutes. the Indiana Pacers, they're a team, it's all offense, and they're a high-scoring team, average 123 points. The Knicks have slowed them down every single game. And if they continue to do that, they can win this game in 5 games, if not 6. So I thought it was a loss, but they really showed a lot battling with all of these injuries. CP, thanks for the time. I really appreciate the show.
Yes, sir. Call back anytime, man. Appreciate it. Man said the Cosa Nova. Salute. Man, yeah. Super proud of these guys, man. I'm just proud. Like, it was a tough loss. It was a tough loss. I hated that they lost, but they have heart. They have heart. They have that New York grit. They have it. You know, Ragu with 35. Hart skying in for rebound. What do you have, 15? Let me go back to the numbers. Let's go back to the stats. Truth to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. It's a loss, but KFTV, we always on top, man. Hit that like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Salute to all of our Fanchise channel members in here. We appreciate you, man. Hart had 18 boards. I'm looking at the right one. Yeah, game 3. 18 boards, guys. Warrior, man. Unbelievable. I told you that's my X factor. He's been X factoring the entire playoffs. Wow. 18, 4 or 7 from the field. Wow. And that's where, like, you know, the whole plus-minus thing. Who cares? He's -8. Who cares? To me, he was fantastic tonight. That's why it's like, if you're watching the game and you're looking at the box, it's 2 completely different stories. 2 completely different stories. You know, DiVincenzo, 35 points, he's a -10. Who cares? They were in it with a chance to win. We typically only look at plus-minus. We look at the minus when they lose. We look at the pluses when they win. It doesn't tell the whole story. It is what it is. There's another team on the court. Yeah, they're going to have their advantages. They're going to have their opportunities. Don't matter. Josh Hart, warrior, man. Warrior. Devo, Brunson, all of these guys, man. But we here. 2-1 series. Pacers got theirs. 919, what's your name? Where you calling in from? A couple more, but then we're going to wrap. 919, go ahead.
I'm here. My name's Rob. I'm from Durham, North Carolina, but I'm calling from Indianapolis.
Salute, man. Are you a Pacer fan or a Knicks fan, man? What's your deal?
Come on, man. Come on.
I don't know. I got to ask, man.
No.
What is your affiliation and your allegiance?
Fair enough. I've been rocking with the Knicks since Trent Tucker and Roy Sparrow and all them boys. So,
all right. You know what time it is.
Yeah. Yes, sir. One of my jobs, I got several jobs back home. One of them is doing media. And I don't really understand the national narrative. To me, it's sort of anti-Knicks, and I don't get that.
Yeah.
Because I think casuals should like this team.
Yeah.
I get that if you're a Pacer fan, you're a Heat fan, or you're anti-New York, I understand that. Fair play. But even then, they should say, well, you know what, I can't stay. Like I root for the Mets, but Yankees, sometimes you look at them and say, man, that's a fun team to watch. You should have that ability, and I don't understand the mainstream media lacking that. How do you – Josh Hart's putting up Ewing stats, dude.
Yeah.
He's putting up Ewing stats.
Yeah.
Freaking Ewing, dude. 18 rebounds, what Ewing did against the Heat.
Crazy, right?
You know, 2000.
As a guard.
Yeah,
6'4". He's 6'4".
Yeah, I mean, he's got the most rebounds in the playoffs. He's 6'4". Barkley, he's doing what Barkley did. So I don't understand that. As far as this game, everybody, there's a yin and yang to it. I get people saying, I'm not afraid, I'm happy, I'm proud. But, you know, and I also get the fellow that said they should have stepped on their throat tonight and got that third win because you really want to crush them. They need to get that third win. It's hard to play a 7-game series and clean up at home like Orlando and Cleveland did.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do that.
It
so this was that chance to get that road win before they did, and he really would have had a leverage. Of course, 3-0. They're not coming back. Just some great calls tonight. I think one fella What you just said, you were talking about the calls. I don't have a problem with referees. The ball goes out of bounds, it touches the guy last, but you let that team have the ball because you don't want to call a foul on the other team.
Right.
That's another example of referees kind of manipulating.
Yes, man. They do it. Man, it pisses me off. It's been pissing me off since I was a kid how they call that. They've been consistently doing that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's like saying, look, I don't want to hand you a cheap foul, dude. Just you got 2 fouls already this half.
Yes.
You give them the ball. To an extent, I kind of like it actually because you want to see the dudes play, but it's not the letter of the law either. So again, yin and yang to it. But what you're saying is perfect. And this Knicks team is really, as I said, I've been following them over 40 years from North Carolina, and it's hard, before the pre-cable and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now I get to watch it. They're a joy.
Yeah.
They're a pure joy to watch. And I think, even though I'm not from New York, I've been there many, many times. I go there often. I do think they represent the city on the name of the front of their jersey really well.
Proud of these guys, man.
I do. Yeah, they lay it on the line. And that's why, guys that even though, Ewing and these guys that don't have a ring, they're still adored because they lay it on the line. If you lay it on the line, New York will have your back.
Easily.
And they represent that really well.
Easily,
and it's just been a lot of fun to watch.
Yes, sir.
It's been a lot of fun to watch. And I think the last thing I want to say, and I'll get up, let you guys close this out, but I love how the next man up. I coached college football for 2 years. I coached high school football several. That's what we tell them. You stay ready. Next man up. They don't want to hear it. Look, when they write that score in the scorebook, it ain't going to say you had 5 guys out. It's either going to say you lost or you won. Don't nobody want to hear excuses. And in pro basketball, you're a grown man. You get a paycheck, do your job. Be ready. Burks, amen to him. He was ready. That's a pro.
Yes, sir.
That's a pro.
Hey, man, so, good to hear from you, man.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, good to hear from you. Call back anytime, man. I like this phone
call,
man. Appreciate it, bro.
And I've sent you DMs over the years. I've listened to you since you started this thing. And really, you're growing KFTV similar to what Leon's doing with the Knicks.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
True indeed,
it's
man.
really, you guys are growing the exact same way. So it's good to see you doing this lockstep, brother. And I look forward to talking to you again.
Appreciate it, man. Call back anytime,
yes,
bro.
Sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. So my guy from Indy, man. That was my guy from Indy. We had to press him with the hard-hitting questions, man. Where's your allegiance? But he broke it down, man. He's with the Louis or Trent Tucker days from the 80s. Bernard, he's one of us. But we are a worldwide fan base. So there's a couple questions, just a little screening, if you will. We don't have a screener anymore. Edgar moved on to bigger and better things. So I screen myself. We do everything. But shout out to him. Tough loss, man. I really wanted to see this team win it and stomp these guys out. But they just one of those nights. It happens in the playoffs. It happens. I'm not worried. And what is it with the mainstream media? Look, it's a clicks and views type of industry. It's a hyper-competitive. It's a hyper-saturated. And so they know that by crapping on the Knicks and talking about all of that they will get the Knicks fans upset and that you guys will share the videos and share this. Listen to what these guys said about us. And so they win. They don't have to talk about the Knicks in a positive way because they know when they do it in a negative way, it gets more shares. Right? They know that they have shows like the number one show for the fans by the fans of KnicksFanTV that will cover the team fairly, so they've got to go the opposite way. It is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, for me, I don't care as much because I don't watch. I don't take stock in what those guys say because we have it here. It's better here. Reprogramming. I got to put that interview out, man. I did an interview the other night about just another profile piece on KFTV. We haven't put it out yet because we've been so busy and we have to do some editing. But I got to put it out, man, because I dropped a ton of gems. Not to hop myself up, but it's on along the lines of this topic. We've got to reprogram ourselves. ESPN's ice is not colder just because it's ESPN. Neither is TNT. You've got it right here in the number one show for the fans by the fans. We bring you insiders from every network. Kendrick Perkins, Starberry, Hahn, Begley, Katz. What more do you want? Why do you guys keep going to them for validation when you got it right here? We make this ecosystem from all over the world with the guests, with the analysis. We got it all right here. Everything you want is right here. So who cares what Stephen A. has to babble about, or Shaq, Kenny, and Charles, when you know they're doing it for entertainment purposes? I don't mind. Say what you want, because I don't watch. Ask me the last time I sat down and watched NBA Today, and it's nothing against those guys. I just don't have time. Yeah, I'm building up the number one show for the fans by the fans, with top-notch analysis and great quality fans and entertainment and good calls like Cody Glock. Shout out to the Glockster. I don't worry about that because I understand the agenda. I understand the agenda, man. We've got it right here. You got to reprogram it. And one thing, you see all these content aggregators out there putting this stuff out. If they're not putting KFTV stuff out there, they've got an agenda in their own right. And I'm just going to say that point blank, period, simple and plain. The same content aggregators that cover the Knicks, they're putting more ESPN stuff out than they're putting KFTV stuff out. Ask yourself why that is. I got the answer. You guys are smart. You can figure it out yourself. 908, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
Yo, Lucas, Staten Island. I'm going to keep it very rapid fire because I just sat through the wildest 12:30 traffic on the West Shore Expressway.
Oh,
insane.
Man.
Number one, we have this team figured out. I don't even know if we needed to have this team figured out, just given the talent, but we have this team figured out. This is now the second game that they have played our pace. How many times did we see the shot clock dip down to 5 seconds on the clock for Indiana? And this is not just this game. It was all second half last game. That's number one. Number two is that, listen, I'm going to jump out the window just a little bit, but Big Ragu is turning into like the new Klay Thompson type for like Jalen Brunson, Stephen Curry. My biggest worry right now is that Cavs are going to beat the Celtics and we're going to have to face like whoever it is in the finals without Julius Randle, because I want to see Cat and Randle go at it. I'm jumping out the window and I'm down for it. I don't care. Number three, I get why Brunson took that shot. I don't love the play, but also at the same time, if you're down 3 with that much time left, if you feel yourself getting hit, you got to put that up, because at the very least, it gives you the shot to get those 3 free throws off. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to get into a free throw shooting contest with like 9 seconds left in the game. Right. Number 4, I was watching the play-by-play, and I don't know who it was that put it in the chat, but somebody said that Burks hopped into a hyperbolic time chamber and brought back NBA Burks. I just love that. I love that.
Yeah, it was.
Love your show, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Drive safe, and hopefully, we were able to get you through traffic, man. Drive safe. Yeah, the Burke stuff, that was great. That was great entertainment, great content for the channel. It was a fun night that I almost expected. I almost expected, just because of just how this team is, and how Burks is. He's an erratic player. He's had all the time off. He comes in and he gets buckets. So it's just funny, man. It's just part of what makes covering this team so fun and so exciting. And the caller talked about Ragu. Continues to impress. 44 minutes, though. 44 minutes, man. But he gave it everything. 35. 7 of 11 from downtown. he saw his, we knew Captain Clutch was wounded. So the mentality by Ragu was unbelievable. It was great. Wow. Man. I'm proud of these guys, man. Win or lose, I'm proud of these guys. Shout out to TM Fanchise channel member. Says, want to send love and thoughts to my guy and one of our mods, JJ. He's dealing with the family stuff. I want to let him know all of KFTV's here from Salute, man. I didn't hear that. Shout out to JJ from Brooklyn. Man. He's been a day one supporter of ours. So, yeah, everybody in the chat, shout out to JJ and hail him up. Let's lift up one of our own. Because life is about peaks and valleys. It's about good times and bad times. And, my parents will always say, I don't know if it's a Macon saying or it's just my family saying, one day is for me, next day is for you. Meaning you're going to go through your stuff, and we got to be there for each other. We got to be there for the people when they go through their hard times, because the next day could be us. And so we want people to be there for us as well. So let's lift up our guy, JJ from Brooklyn. I also want to say, as we talk about, people going through things, I also want to say a big rest in peace, rest in power to the king, Corey Homicide Williams, man. Rest in peace to Homicide. He lost his battle with cancer yesterday. And we want to send our condolences to his family first and foremost, and to all of his supporters. Homicide, he was an NYC Hoops legend, a Rice Raider, Rucker Park legend, street ball, all of that. But he took it to the league. He made it to the league. Played for the Raptors. He made it. Went overseas and became a global ambassador for the game, not just as a player, as a commentator. He did everything. He left it all out there. And some of you guys that have been following this show in the early stages was there. We had him on. We brought him on. Me and Homicide chopped it up for an hour, breaking down the NBL, LaMelo Ball, RJ Hampton. Like, this was 4 years ago. I went back and watched that episode this morning because this morning when I woke up and heard the news, I was very sad, man. I was down and out this morning. It was a rainy day, and seeing that news, that hit me hard, because I was inspired by him as a content creator, fellow Jamaican, as a New Yorker. Like, he was one of us through and through, a dad, like so many things that we connected on. So to hear of his passing was a tremendous loss, because his rocket was on the way up. His rocket was on the way up. So his passing really hit me hard, because I was inspired by him, man. He had everything: charisma, swag, the gift of gab. It was a New Yorker. He had, the show that we did with me and him, you could say it was his show, because I barely got a word in, but I loved it so much because of the energy that he brought to the show, and that's just who he was. The last time I saw him was at the Point Guards premiere, and the red carpet. And, we just shared a few words, had a good time. And then, he wasn't my friend, and we didn't know each other that much. But every time I saw him, I always bigged him up, always hailed him up, and was always rooting for him, because he was such an inspiration, man. He was such an inspiration. So it's tough to see a young legend go out, leave us so early. I hate to see that, especially with our young kings, because he was so determined, and he was impacting the game so much. I wasn't paying attention to the NBL until I watched him, and I looked at his tweets, and I interviewed him. I wasn't paying attention to the NBL. So, big time basketball ambassador globally. So shout out to everybody in the Australia, New Zealand region. If you guys are watching this show on the replay, gang, go ahead and leave some comments. If you knew Corey from the NYC days, from international days, or you knew of him, go ahead and leave us some comments in the chat, man, and just big him up for real. Because that was it's tough to hear of his passing, for sure. Tough to hear of his passing. All right, let's get to the last two calls of the night. LP, go ahead and mute your mic. LP, go ahead.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep, you good. You good.
Yo, CP, this is the cat from Austin, but I'm in Indy, man. I told you I was coming. Man, mad disappointment, man. All I'm going to say is NBA politics, man. I mean, you know how it is. The NBA got to make money. They want to extend these series. That's really what happened. I mean, even though Brunson didn't have a good game, I mean, damn, man, it just was horrible, man. Good environment out here, though. A lot of Knicks fans represented. But man, you see what happened to Minnesota tonight. So, I've watched this game long enough to see they got to extend these series, and no one's going to admit to it, but that's what happened, man. They just didn't want to give it to us.
Yeah, it was. Look, it's just one of those nights, man. Some nights it's going to be for you, and some nights it's not. So, just one of those nights, man. I'm not too mad at it.
Exactly. I wanted to do game 4, but Mother's Day, man. So I had to compromise. You got to compromise. So that's why I didn't do Sunday's game. I flew out for today's game, man. But it's still a good experience. Still in control, 2-1. I'm not tripping too much. It's all good. Disappointing though, because you could just tell. I just knew after Carlisle whining and crying and all of that, and and just setting up for this kind of game 3 based on the whining and crying. Yeah. So, that's all it was. But, hey, Knicks fan for life, orange, blue skies, made the trip all the way from Austin to Indy, fly back tomorrow. But man, CP, thanks for taking my call, brother. I appreciate it.
How was the vibes in there, man? Were we well represented in there? How was Knicks Nation in there? We saw a lot of yellow shirts, but how were we looking in there?
Yo, it was lovely, CP, man. Man, Knicks fans, cats from New York, cats from that flew in from New York, cats that just live in Indy that are just Knicks fans, cats that are just a little bit of everything. And then I think I was the only person that I met that came from all the way from Texas, from Austin to this game. But I mean, who knows who could have been out there? But yeah, man, it was a good vibe, man. A lot of New Yorkers out here, so we were well represented. The vibe and energy was there. It's just the refs, man. I hate to put it on the refs, but NBA politics, man. I just, I know what it is, and hopefully Sunday we can get it. That's all I can say. Hopefully we get it Sunday.
Man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, LP.
Yes, sir. Thanks, CP. Sir. Appreciate it.
All right, man. We're gonna close the show with Jeff Johnson, my guy Jeff. How you feeling, man?
CP, what's the deal, brother? How you feeling?
Good, man. How you doing, bro?
Yo, I'm good, man. I'm good. We're going to bring the vibes up a little bit before we get out of here because you already know, CP, I'm looking at the time. It's 1 a.m. EST. That means it's time for us to GO in a FEW. You feel me? First off, all hail the king in the fourth. Authentic buckets. Alec Burks, he found his way out the truck, CP. He found his way out the truck. He
found it out the truck.
He gave us the game that he needed to give.
Yeah.
So salute to him. That's a pro, bro. That's a pro, and he was able to step up when they needed him. I have 4 factors for this Knicks team this season. Mm-hmm. Hit your free throws, offensive boards, tighten up your defense, and limit the big dummy turnovers.
Yes.
The big dummy turnovers, more than anything, are the ones that piss me off the most because they come at the most inopportune times. Yeah. They grab one of those offensive boards down the stretch, and this may be a completely different story. Mm-hmm. We've seen them lose games like that before, like the Dallas game with Kyrie. And when the less people they have, the smaller the margin of error. Yes. And they know that. Yeah. And the thing about this team is they always level up, man. They level up after wins and losses, and they figured it out. TJ McConnell has finally become a non-factor. The bench stepped up and outscored their bench to the point where TJ McConnell, he can't be tight anymore about not getting any run because he didn't really earn it this game. Mm-hmm. Because a combination of the coaching staff and I think the players finally took pride and realized we got to stop letting the coach's son kill us like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop letting this happen. And I wanted to push back a little bit on one thing that you said, CP, where you said you didn't expect Dante to go off like that again. Why not? I didn't expect Josh Hart to go 50% from 3 against the Sixers, and he kept doing it. This Pacers team does not play D, bro. And I think Dante, this is one of those series. I heard JJ Redick talk about it, where you have some series where you're playing against lockdown defenders and there's no airspace. And then you play another series against a team and you finally can breathe. And I feel like Dante has all the oxygen in the universe against this squad. They can't hold him. He needed a game like this to know that his number is going to be called again. And before I get out of here, man, the ref talk is officially done, bro. Yeah. I don't want to hear no more ref talk. I don't want to hear none of that. The Knicks could have went crazy with the clips in this game. And I know it's different when you have to watch party. I know when you watch this back, you'll see there was a lot of egregious stuff that happened, but I think we all expected it. We all expected it.
I did.
And despite all of that, we could legitimately say we were 1 or 2 plays away from being up 3-0. And that's a testament to this team. And I'd love to hear, before we get out of here, where this team right now, as you feel, ranks among your top teams in the time you've been a Knicks fan, in your history of being a Knicks fan. Because for me, they might have already cracked the top 5. Bro.
Yeah.
For me, they might have already cracked the top 5. And I'm being conservative now. Because this is the first team in my lifetime of being a Knick, where I'm cool in the clutch. Because I expect them to pull it out. I don't expect any crazy things to happen or the collapse like what happened in Game 5. That was a shock to me. Other Knicks teams, I would have been waiting for the other shoe to drop. But with this team, the shoe is in the air, waiting to come down like Bobby Schmurder's hat. That's how I feel about them. And that team, they showed me who they are. And you know what they say, CP. I heard your Jamaican family sayings. You know the old school black saying. When someone shows you who they are, you believe them. And I believe in this team, and I believe what they show me. I have the full confidence that they're getting out of Indy with 1 win, close it out on Tuesday, heal up, and get ready for the finals. Love you, brother. Love what you do.
Bro.
Let me know how you feel about this team in your tops amongst your fandom. And we're going to talk soon.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, just going back to how I opened the show, like I could not be more proud of these guys, man. Even in a loss, because you could just see it. You could just see it, man. These guys are warriors. They are fighters. In Brunson spirit, DiVincenzo, you could see it. Hart, when OG was playing, all of these guys are fighting every single second, every minute. I was there Game 4 in Philly, man, like right there by the bench. I'm watching everything, their demeanor, the body language, everything. These guys are locked in and they're fighting for each other, and obviously you to compare them to Knicks teams that made it to the finals, well, they're not there just yet, but I'll put them right under. I'll put them over that Knicks tape team that won the 54 games and made it to the second round. This team has more of an identity. That Knicks tape team, they were a good collection of talent, but as we know, they weren't sustainable. And did they really have an identity? I'm not so sure. I mean, they were more offensive-oriented around Melo's brilliance and the three-point shot. But this Knicks team, this is grit and grind. This is the real take you back to the 90s type. So I got to put them right under. If you want to put 9-4 at the top, maybe 9-3, 9-2, 9-9, like, sure. And I would put this team right there, right under it. Right there. I'm putting them over that Knicks tape team, and that was one of my favorite teams. They had all my guys. Melo was my favorite player. Rasheed Wallace was my favorite player. They had all my guys on there. So, but this team has a different type of mentality, and it's great to see. I just hope that we can keep the rest of these guys healthy, and that they can wrap this series up. So we will see how it goes. But great call, Jeff. Always appreciate you, man. Always appreciate you. 1,300 on the chat. Like, share, subscribe. As I said, we are working on the Draymond Green interview. We're working on it. So we're working on scheduling there. But Draymond Green should be making his KnicksFanTV debut shortly. Shout out to Chevrolet TV, Armand Dutta, Kyle Medlin, Fanchise channel member. Salute to my guy, Money Man. My childhood friend, man. Shout out to Lopez 104. Fanchise channel member says, lucky shot. Knicks lost the game because of turnovers and missed free throws. And the thing about the turnovers is it mental fatigue? I think it could be part of that. Is it lack of experience? Could be part of that. And, in a hyper intense playoff atmosphere, I think it could be. Could be fatigue as well. So they have to tighten that up. The free throws, though, is that just who they at this point that's just who they are. This team's been missing free throws all year. Not just in the playoffs. Right? If you look at where they ranked in the league, I mean, the Knicks have never been a great free throw shooting team. especially on the tips. I don't think so. This year in the regular season, let's take a look at it. Salute to everybody in chat. They were in percentage 18th, 77%, middle of the pack. Tonight, their percentage was 72 or 75. Let me double check. The free throw percentage tonight was, hang tight. Just pulling this up. It was 72, a little bit below their season average. So, I think the free throws, that's just who they are, man. That's just who they are. When we look at some of the key stats of the night, both teams shot 47% from the field. Knicks shot 51% from downtown. Wow. Ragu, big part of that. Well, free throws, 72% to the Pacers, 83. Rebounding battle, Pacers 1 by 1. Assists, Pacers 1 by 3. 19 assists for the Knicks. You know, assists isn't necessarily an indicator of ball movement per se, but it's still is kind of low. Shout out to, let me turn my phone down real quick. Turn this down. Who else we got? Turnovers, 13 turnovers for the Knicks, 10 for the Pacers. So, I mean, not necessarily a high number. Untimely, though. They said 20 fast break points at 15. They lost points in the paint, though, 56-40. And I thought a lot of that was, Brunson just being largely ineffective. And in this game, you were reliant upon the three-point shot and your outside shooting. So, thank God that guys like DiVincenzo was 7-11 from downtown. Yeah, 2 for 6 from Brunson, 2 of 5 from McBride, 2 of 4 for Big Money Burks, and Josh Hart hit 1 for 1. That's the thing. If Brunson's not getting inside, you don't have guys. Hart can attack the basket. He can get inside for you. But other than that, they don't have a reliant big man who you can just dump it down and get easy buckets. That can get a little bit tricky. Suppose they weren't 50% from downtown. This might have been a different story. It might have been a blowout. Shout out to It's Why Me. Salute. Holding it down. Salute to everybody in the replay gang. Absolutely. Salute. Oh, we still got another person in the members lounge, man. I try to get to everybody, all of my Fanchise channel members. Knicks till infinity. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Knicks till infinity. Going once?
Hello. You hear me, brother?
Loud and clear, brother. What's good?
Shout out CP. Shout out KnicksFanTV. You already know the vibes.
Yes, sir. How you feeling?
Listen, man. Yo, tough L today, man. The game had me stressed today, man. But Chinzo did his thing, man. Got to give him credit, man. Just couldn't close out. JB, man, took that bad shot. But, it is what it is. He's not going to have it every night, right? Let's just hope that we win on Sunday, man. Let's go, man. Knicks in 5, 6, don't matter.
Let's go. Let's go.
You already know, CP. Have a good night, my brother.
Yes,
Take
sir.
care.
Thanks for calling in, man. Simple and plain. Let's go. Let's get on to the next one.
Let's go. All right, you're ready.
On to the next one, man. There it is, man. So, salute. And that's it, man. We just go get the next one, man. That's it, man. Yes, sir. Knicks Nation, man. Salute to everybody for rocking with your boy tonight. Hey, it was not the result that we wanted, but we roll on to another day. Sunday it is. Happy Mother's Day in advance to all the moms, the KnicksFanTV moms, my mom included. And salute to all the KFTV moms, man, that support us. Happy Mother's Day to you guys in advance. And let's hope that the Knicks can deliver on your day. Shout out to Artman, formerly known as Steve, Fanchise channel members. Final 2 minutes, he says, Precious not being on the floor killed us on the rebounding side, missed free throws, and a missed goaltending call. Game 4 Sunday. It's all part of it, man. Shout out to Kevin Beam. Says, shout out from Bermuda, CP. Should we have rested JB tonight? No, it's no rest in the playoffs, man. This is the playoffs, bro. You got to get out there. If you're able, got to get out there. BX Boy 71, $5 super chat says, felt like Brunson should have leaned on DiVincenzo more. It was his night. That being said, it took a miracle for them to win. We do good. Shout out to SM Directors Inc. Salute. Walter Inch, Fanchise channel member. Salute. Salute. John Global salutes. Is proud of this squad. JB and that lame foot will be healed for Sunday. Knicks in 5. And no matter how this ends in this back, this is no fluke. Yeah, well, I don't know what Draymond was rambling about. It ain't no fluke. Black Yankee 79, $5 super chats. We took the Pacers' best shot and still nearly won the game. If OG's available for Game 4, I'd like to say Knicks in 5, but I see NYK winning in 6. OG's not coming back for this series, man. Lord Stephen Stone, Fanchise channel member, says Burks came out the trunk. We will win next game. Okay. Salute, man. Shout out Rhyme Animal Chuck D, $50 super chat. The Pacers are the scarecrows in Oz, 3 All-Stars, and they still have no brain. A heavy desperado Hail Mary saved them. We had them scrambling for their lives. It will go down on the Brunson boat no matter what. We stay close, and I'm betting on JB, Ragu, and Josh. Salute. William Burton, $20 super chat. Fanchise channel member says enough talk about Klay Thompson. Enough talk about Devin Booker. We have everything. If we have a shooter in a big Ragu. Salute. Mark, $5 super chats. People don't talk enough about not only how Big Money is always ready on the sidelines riding that bike, he's also a great vet presence on the bench. Yeah, Big Money, man. People don't talk about it. You know who talks about it. You know what I'm saying? Big Money showed up tonight. He showed up. Salute. Who else? Ty Gordon, salute. William Burton, $10 super chat. Says enough about Klay, enough about Booker. We had a big Ragu spell correction. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Sent another super chat just to correct the spelling. Shout out to TM, of course. Definitely appreciate it. Who else? Shout out to JJ. Ari from Taiwan, $10 super chat, says walking around in my Canby jersey after dapping up Boogie Cousins in Taiwan playoffs, dropping 37 points in an overtime thriller. Knicks all day, KFTV all night. Let's go. Ryan Avenue, Chuck D, $10 super chat says Burke started in Detroit. He experienced losing 27 straight games. The rest of the regular season was shaky for him. Nobody remembers the regular season right now. RIP Homicide. He did major in Australia, New Zealand. Absolutely, man. And shout out to Peter John, $5 super chat says, yo, CP, you have the best of Cody Glock takes. Salute, man. Salute Peter John. Absolutely. Salute to Peter John, man. You know what? I wanna end this show. NBL did a really nice tribute to Homicide, Corey Williams, and I want to play this to, number one, big him up, and also, you know, a lot of the message, a lot of the statements that he made, a lot of the sound bites that they captured, I feel like it could be inspirational to somebody that might need to hear it. You know, somebody that might be in need tonight. And as Homicide gave so much to the game, I just feel like this could hit home for somebody, man. So rest in peace once again to Homicide. I'm going to play this clip as I end the show. And let's big him up, man. Big up his family. He had children. He left behind a family. He left behind his family in New York, family in Australia, New Zealand. And let's just, salute to our guy, man. So he was one of our own. Rest in peace to the Wolf. And here it is.
Homicide in the backcourt between the legs, shakes, bakes with the pill. Homicide to the basket. Yes! Homicide, Corey Williams to the 10.
But I'm telling you, that's how I got MVP. It's not a game out here. Trust me, I work hard.
When attempting to do the unthinkable, get out the mud, you got to go 100. Because I'm making sure, if nothing else, I ain't getting stuck in that mud and I ain't going back.
You're not going to be in that seat forever, neither am I. This light ain't going to be on you forever, neither am I. So when that seat is gone and the light is off, the fuck you got to show for yourself. If you have a passion, chase it. Stay clear away from negativity. Negativity is going to come. As soon as you feel it, move away from it. Ego and pride, put that shit to the side, put your head down and work your ass off. I get knocked down every game, actually. If you look, I'm always on the floor in the stand somewhere. That's just how I play, reckless abandonment, so that's no problem for me.
I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is there's a confident team right now rolling in the NBL, and you got to watch out for them. Because we're playing like our lives depend on it right now. That's all I'm telling you.
I had a conversation with her meaning basketball. the love of my life. And I said to her, it's time for me to leave you. You know I gotta leave you. And you know what she said to me? Motherfucker, don't look back.
Listen, I'm excited to be here. Let's just get to it.
I get paid to give you my thoughts. Best job in the world. I'm looking good doing it. Thanks. Best job in the world.
Yeah, but you just gotta let people know. This ain't a cupcake league.
Does it feel good on you?
It actually doesn't. I can make anything look good, so it looks good right now.
Can you turn around?
Look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Let's be real in this panel.
Hard dribble, right hesitation, side step, shot off balance. His leg gets kicked and taken from under him. He hits the shot. It's a 3-point game.
Oh my goodness! Unbelievable! The game, Gaze! You ain't coming back from it.
That's the craziest call I ever had. I had 2 of my craziest calls ever with the great one. Hey! The first one was the mellow ball triple-double.
Yes.
The second one was that shot. Only way I could be great is with Gaze.
No, you...
Stop separating us and keep us together.
His presence, though, lights up any room that he's in. And it's so great that he's here tonight, lighting up the room as well. To join us up on stage, show your love for Corey Homicide Williams.
What I've learned is you have to identify your strengths, find spaces where you add value. With the decisions that I've made in my life, I want my daughter to be able to say, that's my father. And my mother to say, that's my son. That means I've made them proud.
Yes, sir. Once again, man, rest in peace to the Wolf. One of our own, man, Corey Homicide Williams. Knicks Nation, CP the Fanchise signing off. We'll see you guys on Sunday, man. Let's get another W. We out of here, man. Salute. Peace.